Hi guys, welcome back. So if you've seen the first video that I bought a van, you will know that I was taking it to the garage to have its water pump and timing belt done. Well, that's when I found the first problems, and one is major. So the first problem was actually known about. The front passenger side shock was gone, so that needed replacing. But what I didn't know was one of the rear springs was broken as well, so that needed replacing. The additional problem which I had with that is the garage didn't know what springs they were, their suppliers didn't know what springs they were, and therefore we had to replace the whole lot. They actually spoke to lots of suppliers, and there was no markings on them. They were basically just some cheap aftermarket part. So they had to be replaced, but thanks to Titan Transporters, he sourced me a set of Cobra springs, which we put on there, and all is good. So secondly, not so much of a problem, but a bit of a disappointment, is there is no sound deadening in the vehicle at all. So peeled away the carpet, which needs replacing anyway because it's a little bit patchy in places, not stuck down. It happens over time. So I stripped it all back and found that there isn't any sound deadening. The insulation is dodgy to say the least, but that's good because it means I can do my own sound deadening, my own insulation, and make it all mine and recarpet to the colour which I want it. So the TV, which I was really pleased to see, is rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Start watching it, and after about 5 minutes it goes to a nice white screen, and you have to start all over again if you're playing a DVD. To be honest with you, it's old. There's no HDMI input, so it's going to be obviously replaced. But as the children watch different sorts of programs, then actually it's ideal. We'll just get two smaller screens, put them on the headrests, and away we go. So actually, if you've got any recommendations for headrest TVs, do let me know. There doesn't seem to be a wide market for them. It does seem to be very limited. So if you've got any suggestions, please let me know. There's been some dodgy painting. Painting on the inside of the vehicle, on the sun visors. The sun visors, which are normally a creamy colour, have actually been painted black, as well as some other plastic parts in the interior. But the problem with the sun visors is you've got the slidey mirror bit, so you slide that and that bit's actually cream. And the little sleeve where you can stick things behind, if you've got any passes to be getting into car parks and things like that, you just pop them in there and you've got easy access. No, they're all stuck down because they've been painted over, so they're going to need replacing. So now we're getting on to the really bad problems. So still not the major one yet, but this one could have been pretty bad. So vehicle's fitted with an inverter. So first glance at the inverter, I could tell it was a cheap one. It wasn't one of the better inverters which you can get out there. But the problem was the wires weren't crimped. So the actual power lead, which goes from the battery, wasn't crimped. It was just put into the eyelet and then taped around. You know, that's drawing amperage from the battery. It's just dangerous. So, needless to say, that has gone, that has been removed. So moving on, still with the electrics, there is wiring for the LED lights and other bits and pieces where the wires have just been twisted together and taped. Now, I'm not an electrician, I'm no professional, but this was meant to have been done professionally. For the wires to just be twisted and taped, I mean, I know better than that. Surely that's not the correct way of doing it. So that's all got to be coming out. And the other thing is, the wires, So it's going from one side of the vehicle to the other, so it's obviously going across the roof where you've got plenty of mounting places. How's it put up? It's taped. It's taped to the roof. No, use proper clips. Proper clips. What do you call them? Them long plastic strip things. Can't even think what they're called now. Zip ties, that's the one. Zip ties. Use zip ties. Put them in place securely. Flipping out. Come on. Do the job properly. So, that's all going to be redone. But now, the big one. Quite frankly, I think I got away with this because this was very, very dangerous. So, the vehicle which I've got is fitted with a smart alternator. So, as a lot of people will know, vehicles fitted with smart alternators can't have a split charge relay system in there, not the cheap one. Well, this one did. It had the voltage sensitive relay. Didn't notice that at first. Only had the vehicle for, well, it was the first proper weekend away. Went for a drive away, coming back, could hear this noise. Wasn't sure what it was. I'm thinking, where's that rattling coming from? Where's it coming from? And as I got a little bit closer, I thought, it's coming from underneath the passenger seat. And it suddenly hit me. It suddenly hit me that, oh my God, it's the electrics under the passenger seat. So pulled up onto the drive, pushed the passenger seat forward, and there it was, the battery crackling away and smoking. Not good at all. So the whole wiring system has now been taken out, completely stripped that out, which to be honest with you, I had fancied doing anyway after I discovered the other wiring in the inverter. That I'm going to start from scratch, so all that has gone, and we are now on the hunt for new electrics. So I'm in dialogue with a local supplier, Batteries and Solar in Plymouth. They've given me some very good advice on the sort of system which I'm going to need, the sort of products which I need. They've given me some options to go for, so hopefully coming soon there'll be a video of what I've bought and then obviously what I'm going to be installing. So there's a lot coming forward, so if you are interested in seeing how I get on, you are interested in the various different products which I have a look at, why I've chosen those particular products, then please subscribe and I will see you soon. Take care.